Hi guys, my name is Alex, and today I am going to define for you what is good sex. What is it? What's sex? Alright, so you guys all should know what sex is. Otherwise, go look that up. Then come back to this video. Anyway, today we are talking about what is good sex. What makes up good sex? Okay? Let's get into it. Good sex is mutually beneficial sex. It is sex that is pleasurable for both parties and both partners are getting satisfaction equally. It's a mutual thing. It's an equal thing. There's not one partner that's getting all the pleasure and the other one's just laying there doing nothing. It's a mutually beneficial thing. It is connecting. It is this beautiful thing that is pleasurable for both parties, and beyond that, it is reciprocal and it is not selfish. So what reciprocal means is that you and your partner are giving as much as you receive. So to go along with the mutually beneficial idea, it is this equal amount of pleasure, it's this equal amount of give and take that makes it so not one partner is getting everything out of it and not one partner is left with no pleasure and is just kind of used for the other partner's sexual pleasure. It's not a selfish thing. It needs to be this mutual thing that is unselfish, that's generous, that is mindful of what your partner wants, so that you can provide that to your partner. And you need to communicate in order to do this. You need to find out what your partner wants, what your partner doesn't want, and you need to communicate that and then do that. And have sex that is generous and it's mindful and it's not selfish. You're not just using your partner to get off, or your partner's not just using you to get off. Even if you're not having a full sexual experience and your partner just wants to do something for you, they want to perform oral on you, and that's the only expectation there is, they just want to do that for you, then that's going in with the idea that the sex is going to be that way, and that is mutually beneficial because your partner wants to do that. They are getting something out of it. And there's nothing to say that you won't make up for that in the future, and you should make up for that in the future. If your partner wants to do these things for you, you should make an effort to do these things for them. That is how you make it mutually beneficial. It doesn't mean that every sexual experience has to have the equal number of orgasms. It just means that you're giving as much as you're receiving. And there's not one party that's overwhelmingly getting the most satisfaction, the most pleasure out of the experience every single time. So I kind of hit on this before, but another thing that makes great sex, that makes good sex, is sex that is communicative. And that doesn't just mean that you're communicative during the experience and you're dirty talking and you're being expressive and you're moaning and you're saying what you like and just complimenting your partner and saying they're so sexy and what you like about them and that you're enjoying yourself. It's not just that communication that makes sex good. It's the communication that happens before sex and the communication that happens after sex. So what do you say after sex? Do you just leave, or do you not talk at all? Or do you even worse say, that sucked, or that was boring? Or before you have sex, have you talked about what you like? Have you talked about what you dislike? Have you kind of laid the foundation of having communicative sexual experience and got to know your partner and they've gotten to know you? All these factors make up good sex because that way you're able to be expressive, you're able to get what you want, you're able to give your partner what they want, they're able to give you what you want. It's a mutually beneficial thing like I mentioned before, and there's no guesswork because you've talked about it. And just by talking about sex and talking during sex, you're getting more comfortable with your partner, and that is going to allow you and your partner to be more immersed in the sexual experience, more present in the moment. And that leads into the final thing that makes good sex, which is being psychologically stimulated. Sex is not just about being physically stimulated. It's not just about the penetration and the thrusting and the touching and the groping and all that kind of fun stuff. That stuff's great and sex requires it, but good sex needs to have a psychological component to it. There needs to be a mental component to it, a stimulating thing that is connecting you to the experience. So what is psychological stimulation? It is being present of mind. It is being in the moment. It is being aroused, turned on. It's this passion. It's this emotion, this connection, this mental awareness of the sexual experience, that is being psychologically stimulated. It's just arousal and passion, basically. And if you're missing that component to sex, then you're missing the biggest component to good quality sex. The sexual quality is so much more determined by psychological stimulation than it is by physical stimulation. Because psychological stimulation is what connects you and grounds you to the experience. It is what makes the physical stimulation that much more pleasurable. So if you're missing that arousal, that drive, that passion, that emotion, if you're missing that in sex, then the physical part is not going to be as good as it could be. That is why psychological stimulation is so much more important. So, good sex, it is mutually beneficial. It is not selfish. It is generous. It is communicative. And above all else, it is psychologically stimulating. And everything that makes up good sex, all the things before the psychological stimulation part, those things help to build the psychological stimulation. So, making sex mutually beneficial and pleasurable for both parties. Being not selfish and mindful and being willing to do things for your partner. And then communicating before sex, during sex, and after sex. All these things build up mental and psychological stimulation during sex, and they make it that much better, that much more powerful, and that much more amazing. So when you're looking for good sex, these are the things that you need to be looking for and the things that you need to try to be doing in order to have good sex. Now that you know what good sex is, you're that much closer to being able to provide it and have it and just do it all the time and be this sexual master, amazing sexual performer in bed. So good luck on your journey to sexual improvement. It is a journey. It's a learning process. Everyone is on a different level, and it doesn't matter where you are right now. All that matters is that you make the effort to provide good sexual experiences and have good sex for yourself. Sex is so important in our relationships and just in life in general. So make it your goal to have good sex and enjoy life more. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share this video to all your friends, share it to your sexual partner so that they also know what good sex is, so that they can try to provide it to you as well. You're in this together, you and your partner. It is a mutual thing, and it should be a goal of both of you to try to achieve the best quality sex that you possibly can. So, until next time, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys. What is up, dudes? Sex, sex, sex! We love sex! Do you love sex? I love sex. Who doesn't? Why am I even asking this question?